Hi, welcome to 7 Facts. This is episode 24 of our tour of the United States of America. In this series, we will get to learn 7 little known facts about every single US state and territory. If you wish to check out the rest of the series, click now on the playlist and start browsing. While you do that, you should also subscribe. I upload brand new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, in addition to the hundreds of videos that are already on my channel. In today's episode, we'll cover the state of Mississippi, so let's cut the chatter and get to it. The area known today as Mississippi has been inhabited by humans for 12,000 years, but it was only about 480 years ago that the first ever Europeans set foot in the region. Over the next centuries, Spain, France and Britain all controlled Mississippi in an effort to expand their colonial empires. Colonists of all kinds all imported African slaves as laborers, and when the American revolutionaries won their war against Britain, the area was ceded to the newly formed United States, who, as we all know, continued the practice of slavery. Today, Mississippi has a white majority, although it also has the largest percentage of black residents of any US state, 37%, which in itself can give you an idea of how widespread slavery used to be here. When people think of the Deep South, Mississippi is among the first states mentioned. But it's also one of the oldest of the 50 states that today make up the United States. It was the 20th state to join the Union in 1817. Being a slave state, it's obvious that Mississippi was also among those that supported secession and joined the Confederacy. In fact, it was the second state to leave the United States, and thus it was a founding member of the Confederate States. But why? The history is of course complicated, but to oversimplify, the state was economically dependent on slavery. Being largely a rural and underdeveloped region, the main economic activity was agriculture, especially cotton plantations. And the easiest and cheapest way to manage cotton plantations at the time was through slavery. The situation got so extreme that by 1860, 55% of Mississippians were African slaves. This entire situation influenced the culture and worldviews of Mississippians, so much so that the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery in 1865, was symbolically ratified by Mississippi in 1995 and became official in 2013. Now let's talk about an obvious fact. The state's name comes from the mighty Mississippi River. Okay, I guess you already figured that one out. The Mississippi flows along the western border of the state and forms a large and fertile delta. But due to deforestation and land clearing, the Mississippi can also create large and dangerous floodings. Settlers have built levees to protect against these floods, but that just made the situation even worse by increasing the flow speed and reducing the area of the floodplains. Today, the state and federal governments are struggling for the best approaches to restore some natural habitats in order to best interact with the original riverine ecology, but that's, well, easier said than done. The capital of Mississippi is the city of Jackson. It was named after General Andrew Jackson, who was honored for his role in the Battle of New Orleans against the British and later served as US President. Initially, the government of Mississippi wanted to build a capital city at the absolute center of the state, but that area was a swamp. So they chose a new location, and in 1822, Jackson was built to be the capital of Mississippi. Although the largest city of the state, today Jackson has a population of only 170,000 people. Nevertheless, it is a charming city and a major center for both jazz music and blues. Have you ever had a teddy bear? Do you still have one now? Then you should know that the term for those lovable dolls originated in Mississippi. In 1902, President Theodore Roosevelt refused to kill a trapped bear during a hunting trip near Onward, Mississippi, deeming it unsportsmanlike. The event made some headlines and political cartoons depicting the bear and Roosevelt appeared in the newspapers. When Morris Mitchum, a Russian-American from Brooklyn, saw the drawings, he was inspired to create the teddy bear. The toy was an instant success, and just 5 years later, Mitchum created his own toy company, all thanks to this adorable stuffed animal. Blues music was born in the Mississippi Delta in the 19th century, and it rapidly became one of the most popular music genres throughout the world. Many elements, such as the call and response format and the use of blue notes, can be traced to the music of Africa. The lyrics and tones are often sad and slow, inducing a depressed mode, from which the term blues was born. Some of the most famous blues singers like B.B. King, Howlin' Wolf, and Little Freddie King were also born in Mississippi. Here's an interesting and fun fact. One of the most popular ways to count seconds in the English language is by using the word Mississippi, but no one really seems to know why. Well, we know why. It's because adding the word Mississippi takes up enough time to make the number count equal to 1 second of time. So if you're counting seconds and want them to be as close to clock time as possible, saying 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi will take an actual 3 seconds of time, approximately. It sounds logical, but nobody really knows how or when or where Mississippi got to be used in this manner. So these were 7 facts about Mississippi. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have anything to say, leave your comments downstairs. You can also support this channel through Patreon. Click on the icon now or find the link in the description to visit my Patreon page. I hope to see you next time. Bye.